Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered when those extra years appeared on your face? You take care of yourself, perhaps even follow a skincare routine, but somehow still look older than you feel inside. The truth is, after 75, certain habits can add years to your appearance without you even realizing it. What's worse, these aging mistakes aren't always obvious. They're subtle choices you make every day that slowly transform how others see you. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 common mistakes that could be adding a decade to your appearance. These aren't just superficial concerns, they're habits that affect not only how you look, but how you feel, how you're treated, and even your overall health. The good news? Once you identify these mistakes, they're surprisingly easy to correct. Stay with me until the end because the last mistake is one that most people over 75 make every single day, yet rarely recognize. It's silently aging you faster than almost anything else, but with one simple change, you could look and feel years younger. Are you ready to discover what might be adding years to your appearance? Let's get started. Number 1. Neglecting your posture. One of the most aging mistakes people make after 75 is allowing their posture to collapse. You might not even notice it happening. It's a gradual process where your shoulders round forward, your head juts out, and your spine curves more than it should. This hunched position doesn't just make you look significantly older, it signals frailty and aging to everyone around you. Think about how you're sitting or standing right now. Are your shoulders rolled forward? Is your head jutting forward from your shoulders? Is your back curved rather than straight? Many of us develop these habits without realizing it, especially as we spend more time reading, watching television, or using computers. The problem is, poor posture doesn't just affect how you look, it actually accelerates the physical aging process. Take Margaret, for example. At 78, she had always prided herself on staying active, but she noticed people were beginning to treat her as if she were fragile. Store clerks would ask if she needed help with packages that weren't heavy. Strangers would speak to her more slowly, assuming she couldn't hear well. It wasn't until her granddaughter took a photo of her from the side that Margaret realized why. Her once straight posture had gradually rounded into a stooped position. Her head was thrust forward, her shoulders hunched, and she appeared much older and frilier than she actually was. "I was shocked," Margaret said. "In my mind, I was still standing tall, but the photo showed someone who looked at least 10 years older than I felt." The science behind this is clear. When you allow your posture to collapse, it doesn't just affect appearances. It compresses your organs, restricts your breathing, and can even reduce your height by several inches. This compression affects digestion, circulation, and even how well your lungs can expand. No wonder poor posture makes you look and feel older. But here's the good news: posture can be improved at any age. Margaret began with a simple exercise, standing with her back against a wall, shoulders and head touching the surface, for just a few minutes each day. She also became more mindful of how she sat, using a small cushion to support her lower back when in a chair. Within weeks, people started treating her differently. The same store clerk who used to ask if I needed help carrying a small bag now greets me with a simple hello, she noticed. My own children have commented that I look more energetic. If you found your posture slipping, try this. Several times a day, imagine a string pulling you up from the top of your head toward the ceiling. Feel your spine lengthen, your shoulders relax back and down, and your head align over your shoulders. Hold this position for just 30 seconds at first, gradually increasing the time. You'll be amazed at how quickly this simple adjustment can take years off your appearance. Number 2. Wearing outdated or ill-fitting clothes. One of the quickest ways to add years to your appearance after 75 is by wearing clothes that no longer fit you properly or that haven't been updated in decades. Many people continue wearing the same styles and even the same garments they've had for years, not realizing how dramatically this dates them. The problem isn't about following trends or trying to dress young, it's about wearing clothes that actually fit your current body and reflect who you are today. As we age, our body shape changes. Weight redistributes, posture shifts, and proportions alter. The clothes that flattered you at 60 might now be adding years to your appearance simply because they don't fit your current body properly. Consider James, a 77-year-old retired professor who prided himself on being frugal. He continued wearing the same suits and shirts he'd purchased 15 to 20 years earlier. "They're perfectly good clothes," he would say when his daughter suggested updating his wardrobe. What James didn't realize was that his body had changed. He'd lost height, his shoulders had narrowed, and his midsection had expanded. His once well-fitted clothes now hung awkwardly on his frame, making him look disheveled rather than distinguished. During a family wedding, James caught a glimpse of himself in a mirror and was startled by what he saw. "I looked like I was wearing someone else's clothes," he admitted. "Everything was too big in the shoulders, too long in the sleeves, and generally just overwhelming my frame. I looked older and frilier than I felt." With some gentle encouragement from his family, James finally agreed to update a few key pieces. He didn't need a whole new wardrobe, just pants that actually sat at his current waist, shirts that fit his shoulders properly, and jackets that didn't swallow his frame. The difference was remarkable. At the next family gathering, relatives commented on how well he looked. "No one could believe I was the same age," James said. "Simply wearing clothes that fit properly took years off my appearance." Similarly, holding onto styles from decades past can instantly age you. This doesn't mean you need to chase every trend, but updating classic pieces can make a tremendous difference. Think of it this way: if your clothing silhouette could be pinpointed to a specific decade, like the boxy suits of the 80s or the tapered pants of the 90s, it's probably adding years to your appearance. The solution is simple: take an honest look at your wardrobe. Are your clothes actually fitting you properly today? Do they support your dignity and reflect who you are now? Sometimes just hemming pants to the right length, choosing a more current cut of jeans, or updating your eyeglass frames can take a decade off your appearance. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, letting your hair age you. Hair changes as we age. It becomes thinner, often grayer, and can lose its luster. But one of the biggest mistakes people make after 75 is either giving up on their hair entirely or clinging to styles that no longer work with their current hair texture and density. Either approach can instantly add years to your appearance. Many people fall into one of two traps. They either keep exactly the same hairstyle they've had for decades, even though their hair has completely changed in texture and thickness, or they resign themselves to an extremely basic cut that requires no maintenance but does nothing to flatter their features. Both choices can make you look significantly older than you actually are. Take Eleanor, a 79-year-old who had worn the same short, tightly permed hairstyle since the 1980s. "It's practical," she would say. "And it's what I'm used to." But the tight, artificial curls created a dated look that actually emphasized her age rather than minimizing it. The harsh style drew attention to every line on her face and created a helmet-like appearance that aged her considerably. Meanwhile, her friend Bernard, 81, had gone to the opposite extreme. As his hair thinned, he simply let his barber cut it as short as possible with the minimum of fuss. "What's the point in bothering?" he would say. "It's just hair." But the extremely short, clippered style actually emphasized his scalp showing through and created a frail appearance that added years to his face. Both Eleanor and Bernard had fallen into the trap of letting their hair age them, one by clinging to an outdated style, the other by giving up entirely. The turning point came when they attended their granddaughter's wedding and saw photographs of themselves. "I looked at least 10 years older than I needed to," Eleanor admitted. Bernard was equally shocked. "My hair made me look like I was fading away." Working with a skilled stylist who understood mature hair, Eleanor opted for a softer, more modern cut that worked with her natural texture rather than fighting it. The gentler style softened her features and actually made her face look fuller and more youthful. Bernard chose a slightly longer cut on top that gave the illusion of more hair and reduced the visibility of his scalp. The results were transformative. "People started saying I looked well instead of asking if I was feeling okay," Bernard noted. The right haircut and style for your current hair texture and face shape can easily take 10 years off your appearance. It's not about trying to look young, it's about looking your best at the age you are. A good stylist who specializes in mature clients can recommend cuts that maximize your current hair's potential while minimizing problems like thinning. Color matters too. If you color your hair, extremely dark shades can look harsh against mature skin, while the right highlights can add dimension and brightness to your face. And if you embrace your gray, using the right products to keep it bright rather than yellowed can make all the difference. Remember, your hair frames your face. It's often the first thing people notice about you. Taking the time to get it right isn't vanity, it's about presenting yourself in a way that reflects how vibrant you still feel inside. Number 4. Neglecting your dental health. One of the most aging but least discussed mistakes people make after 75 is neglecting their dental health. Your smile, or lack thereof, can add a decade to your appearance almost instantly. As we age, teeth naturally darken, wear down, and can shift position. Gums recede, and some may lose teeth entirely. These changes don't just affect how you look, they change the entire structure and proportion of your face. Many people assume that dental issues are simply an inevitable part of aging, but this is far from the truth. Proper care can maintain a youthful smile well into your 80s and beyond. The problem is that many people gradually reduce their dental visits as they age, sometimes due to mobility issues, sometimes due to fixed incomes, and sometimes simply because they don't believe it matters anymore. Take Walter, a 76-year-old who had always been diligent about his appearance but had started skipping dental checkups. "At my age, what's the point?" he would say when his daughter reminded him to make an appointment. Gradually, his teeth began to darken, and he developed some sensitivity that made him reluctant to smile broadly. Without realizing it, he started hiding his teeth behind closed-lip smiles or even his hand when laughing. The change in his appearance was subtle but significant. In family photos, he looked more serious, older, and less engaged than he actually felt. When his granddaughter commented that he never seemed to smile in pictures anymore, Walter was taken aback. He hadn't realized how much his dental insecurities had affected his expressions. After finally seeing a dentist, Walter discovered that his issues were entirely fixable. A professional cleaning removed years of staining, while a small repair to a chipped front tooth restored his confidence. The difference wasn't just cosmetic, he started smiling freely again, which instantly made him look more approachable and energetic. "People started saying I looked younger," he noted, "but all that really changed was that I wasn't hiding my smile anymore." The science backs this up. Smiling activates muscles that lift the face naturally, creating a more youthful appearance. When dental issues cause you to suppress your smile, you lose that natural lifting effect and actually accelerate the aging appearance of your face. Beyond just cleaning and repairs, paying attention to missing teeth is crucial. When teeth are lost and not replaced, the face begins to collapse inward, creating deeper wrinkles around the mouth and an older appearance. Modern dentistry offers many options, from implants to well-fitted dentures, that can maintain proper facial structure. If dental anxiety or costs have kept you from addressing these issues, consider starting small. Even a professional cleaning can make a dramatic difference in your appearance. Many dental schools offer reduced-cost services, and some dentists specialize in treating anxious patients with extra care and patience. Your smile is one of your most powerful assets. Don't let neglect age you unnecessarily. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. The mistake of dehydration. This final mistake might surprise you, but it could be the most aging thing you do every day without realizing it. After 75, chronic dehydration becomes extremely common, even if you don't feel particularly thirsty. This silent mistake can add years to your appearance almost overnight, making your skin look older, your features more drawn, and your overall appearance significantly aged. The problem is that as we get older, our thirst sensation naturally diminishes. You simply don't feel thirsty as often or as intensely as you once did, even when your body desperately needs water. At the same time, many people deliberately drink less to reduce bathroom trips or because of mobility issues that make getting to the bathroom challenging. The result is chronic, low-level dehydration that dramatically accelerates the aging process. Consider Martha, an 82-year-old who was proud of her independence. She had always been careful about her appearance, using moisturizers and taking care with her clothing and hair. Yet despite her efforts, her family noticed her looking increasingly frail and aged over just a few months. Her skin seemed to have suddenly developed deeper wrinkles, her eyes looked sunken, and her face had lost its fullness. Concerned, her daughter finally asked about her daily habits. "I don't drink much during the day," Martha admitted. "It's too much trouble with the bathroom trips, especially at night." Without realizing it, Martha had been living in a state of chronic dehydration, and it was literally shrinking her appearance from the inside out. When properly hydrated, your skin appears plumper, more resilient, and more youthful. Adequate hydration supports the skin's elasticity and helps it bounce back when pressed. It fills out the tiny lines and gives your face a healthier fullness. Dehydration does the opposite. It deepens wrinkles, creates more noticeable hollows under the eyes and cheeks, and can make skin look papery and fragile. At her daughter's urging, Martha began a simple hydration routine: a full glass of water first thing in the morning, another mid-morning, one with lunch, one mid-afternoon, and a smaller amount with dinner. She was skeptical that something so simple could make a difference, but within just 2 weeks, the change was remarkable. Her skin regained some of its elasticity, the shadows under her eyes diminished, and her face looked fuller and healthier. "The most surprising thing," Martha said, "was how many people commented that I looked rested and well. No one knew I had changed anything other than my water intake." The benefits extended beyond appearance. Martha noticed she had more energy, better concentration, and even improved digestion. Her occasional headaches decreased, and she slept better at night despite her initial concerns about bathroom trips. The solution to this aging mistake is simple but requires consistency. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of fluid daily, with most of that being water. If bathroom concerns are limiting your intake, try drinking more in the earlier part of the day and tapering off a few hours before bedtime. Keep water readily accessible. A bottle or glass within easy reach serves as a visual reminder to sip regularly. If plain water doesn't appeal to you, try adding a slice of lemon, lime, or cucumber for flavor. Herbal teas, especially those without caffeine, also count toward your fluid intake. The important thing is making hydration a conscious priority rather than an afterthought. Of all the aging mistakes we've discussed, dehydration may be the easiest to fix, and you'll likely see results faster than with any other change. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on these 5 aging mistakes. From poor posture to outdated clothing, neglected hair and dental care, to the silent damage of dehydration, each one can add years to your appearance. But here's the wonderful thing: each of these mistakes is completely fixable, no matter your age. You don't need expensive procedures or complicated routines to look your best after 75. Often, it's these simple adjustments that make the most dramatic difference in how others perceive you and how you feel about yourself. Standing taller, wearing clothes that actually fit your current body, updating your hairstyle to work with your current texture, maintaining your smile, and staying properly hydrated are all within your control. The goal isn't to look younger than you are, it's to look your best at exactly the age you are now. It's about presenting yourself in a way that reflects how vibrant you still feel inside, rather than conforming to outdated expectations of what aging should look like. Which of these mistakes resonated most with you? Perhaps you recognized 1 or 2 habits you've fallen into without realizing their aging effect. Maybe you're already doing well with some areas but could improve in others. Whatever your situation, even small changes can make a significant difference in how youthful and energetic you appear. Remember, these adjustments aren't about vanity, they're about honoring the person you are today and ensuring that your outward appearance reflects your inner vitality. By avoiding these common mistakes, you're not just looking better, you're sending a message to the world and to yourself that aging doesn't mean giving up or fading away. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.